What's up with everyone? Paul from Untitled Productions here, and today we're going to be going all over the Halo Infinite 13 skull locations within the campaign and the open world of Zeta Halo. So, with all of that being said, it's not hard to get there. Once you complete the game, you can go ahead and get the ones inside the open world. It's a lot easier if you beat the game and go ahead and do that. But the campaign ones, of course, you can't replay missions in Halo Infinite as of right now, so you'll have to restart the game or go through it as you're going through the campaign and grab the skulls through each mission. But with all of that being said, thank you guys for watching the video. I hope this video helps you guys out as much as it possibly can. I hope it helps you guys get all the skulls and finally get your Catacomb achievement when you complete all 13 skulls. And remember to have some fun in Halo Infinite with these skulls on. Try out different ones. Try out different combinations of them. Try out all 13. Beat the game on last. So whatever you think feels better to do. But make sure you guys go ahead, hit that like button down below. Make sure you guys comment and check back for more Halo Infinite content that is going to be brought onto the channel in the coming days, coming months, coming weeks, and coming time period. Anyways, let's go ahead and get right into this. For our first skull, it's going to be the Boom Skull. In the first mission, I think it's Jabrakin, or however the hell you say it. In the first mission, you're going to eventually get to this room where there's these two levels. There's going to be a whole bunch of enemies. All you're going to do is fight them, clear them out, and you're going to head up to the second floor. Now, once you head up to the second floor, we're going to go ahead and grab our skull. And right over here, after clearing out the room, make sure that you clear out the room before. This way, you're not in any trouble in the middle of trying to get this skull. You can go ahead, kill all the enemies, dispatch them very fast, especially if you're using the sidekick like I am. And we're going to go ahead and grab the skull. Now, there's going to be like these little elevator type things. If you use your visor, you could actually see through walls. It'll help you a lot. I thought that was the skull in that first one, but that was actually just a random plasma grenade. We're going to head up here into this little elevator type place. If you jump on one of these platforms as it's pulling you up, you're going to go ahead and jump onto this other one for your first skull right there. After you pick up the first skull, you'll be able to activate these at any time, and you will get the Headstrong achievement for finding your first hidden skull inside of Halo Infinite. So, moving on to our next mission, which is, I think it's called Fraction. Once you get here to this room, you're going to see this window, and you're just going to keep heading to your left, and you're going to find a room full of enemies. It's a very big type room. You're just going to go ahead and clear it out, and if you look up at the ceiling, you could see these kind of structures that are just sitting up here. Go ahead, clear out, dispatch all the enemies inside of the room. Like I said, you're going to want to do this for a couple of skulls, only because most of the places where you can find the skulls, enemies are ridden everywhere. You're just going to go ahead, boom, after I kill all of my enemies, I'm going to go ahead and head to the second platform, if I'm right, and we're going to go ahead and head up to it. Once you grapple up to, it's actually the first platform, the one closer to the door that you came through, you're going to go ahead and grapple up to it, and once you grapple up there, you're going to have to move up a different platform. This is going to be a little bit harder, so we're just going to grapple up here, run up here a little bit. I actually missed the exact jump I was supposed to do. You actually have to get onto the second platform, not the middle column, but the second one, the one above you, in order to go ahead and get up to the higher platform. Now, like I said, this one is a little bit of maneuvering, a little bit of parkour, and a little bit of platforming. Halo is very much known for that, especially when it comes to getting skulls. So you're just going to head up here, and you see that little platform that's sitting right there in the middle. If you turn on your flashlight, it makes it a lot easier to go ahead and see. And all we're going to do is use our grapple hook to go ahead and launch ourselves onto that blue platform right over there. Finally, once we get around there, you're going to hit kind of towards the top of it. You're just going to want to hit as close to it as you can so you can actually lunge yourself up and grab the platform, and boom, we're going to go ahead and pick up our second skull on our second mission of Halo Infinite. For our next skull, it's going to be on the third mission, or not the third mission, on the repository mission of Halo Infinite. Towards the end of the game, you're going to get to this section where there's hard light shields. There's these pieces of like the ring floating through these hard light shields. You cannot go through it. If you go through it, you will automatically die, and you're just going to go ahead and follow the room like you normally would going through the campaign. And we're just going to head through. There's going to be a couple of grunts, some more enemies into this next room right over here. Again, make sure you guys dispatch the enemies before you go for the skull. It makes things 10 times easier and causes you to actually be able to focus on just the skull and not too much else. And we're just going to take out this sentinel. We're going to grab some more grenades. We're going to grab everything that we need, take out all the enemies. And you're going to head on to this platform, and you're going to head all the way to the top of where this platform is, where these pieces of the ring are going to go ahead and do a turn to go to the next hard light shield. You're just going to grapple onto one of them, run to the very end, and the second it turns, you're going to look directly up and grapple onto this little platform right here. Once you get up here, go ahead and turn on your flashlight, and you're going to turn directly around, and on the right side of the next platform, you're going to go ahead and grapple up there, and there's going to be a door that will unlock for you. Once you head down this hallway and head through this next door, you will be greeted by your next skull in campaign on the repository mission. Go ahead and pick up your next skull. Now, for our next skull in Halo Infinite, we're going to go ahead and get to this bridge area where there's a whole bunch of sentinels. There's going to be 4 platforms all around. It's sort of like a circular room, and you're just going to head completely across till you get to this console that you have to put the weapon inside of, and you're going to have to dispatch all of the enemies in the area, of course, before you put the weapon down. So go ahead, dispatch all of the sentinels around, and once you've done that, head over to the console, put the weapon inside, and another light bridge will activate. Now on your left side and on your right side, there is going to be other platforms. You're just going to sprint, jump off, and grapple onto it right before you fall off the edge, and head through this door right over here. Once you head through this door, there is going to be over here in this corner a place for you to put a power seed at. Now, all we have to do is go ahead and head to the opposite side of the room in order to find the power seed that we need to activate this. Do the same thing on the opposite side. Head up here to this other door. Unfortunately, a sentinel somehow spawned on me, and we're going to go ahead, head through here, and you're going to find that power seed sitting right there for you. Go ahead, pick it up, head back into the circular room, and all you're going to do is head across and make it to your other side. Now, if you use your grapple hook on these pieces of the wall over here, you can actually swing yourself across to the other platform, as I just did right there. And we're going to head down the hard light bridge. Once we get down the light bridge, we're going to go ahead, face towards the other place where we have to put the power seed at, and you're just going to go ahead and launch it all the way over there so that it lands. Once it lands, you're just going to do the same thing to get over there like you did the first time. Sprint off the edge, jump, and you're going to go ahead and grapple and pull yourself up. Go ahead, grab your power seed, and head back through that same doorway that we first went through in the very beginning. Now, once we get here, we're going to go ahead and place our power seed inside of the console right over here in order to activate a door later on inside of the mission. Now, going back to that little circular room, we're going to head through the mission like normal. Once you get to this room right here where there's going to be 2 jackals and there's going to be a whole bunch of enemies just waiting for you, it's going to be an elite and a whole bunch of grunts. Go ahead, dispatch your enemies, take them out, and go ahead and climb up here. Once you climb up here and you make it all the way up here to this window, you're going to be greeted by 4 elites with swords and a elite ultra. They're all going to disappear and you're not going to know where they went. Moving on to the very next room from this room completely right through the door, you're going to go ahead and head through. Once you get through the door, it's going to be a similar type of room. On the other side, there's going to be these 2 platforms instead of just one connected like the other one was. And you're just going to go ahead, grapple up there, dispatch enemies before if you want to. And you're going to go ahead and jump through this window. Once you jump through this window, you're going to have to actually take out these 4 elites with swords. If you use the threat sensor, you'll be able to see where they are. They are invisible, of course, because of the fact that all the elites in this game that have swords do have camo on. You're just going to go ahead and dispatch them. They will throw a lot of grenades, so make sure that you're moving around. Don't stay in one place for too long. Use your threat sensor if you have to, and dispatch all 4 of them. Once you go ahead and dispatch all 4 of these elites, we're going to go ahead and pick up the skull. It's going to be a little bit hard. I died a couple of times myself trying to figure this out, but as long as I had a sword myself, I was able to dispatch them pretty easily and fairly quickly. So we're going to go ahead, once we killed them all, and head right over here and pick up our next skull. Finally, moving on to the final Halo Infinite campaign mission. After you kill Escharum, you're going to actually head to the Silent Auditorium. Once you get to the Silent Auditorium, you're going to move through the mission like normal. Once you get to the part where the Sentinels first spawn in on the mission, you're not going to kill any of them. You're going to move past them, run past, kill every other enemy. It's 100% fine if you kill anything else. Just make sure you do not kill any Sentinels. If you kill a Sentinel, you'll have to restart the whole mission, and you won't be able to get this skull until you redo it. Now, just moving past, use your grapple hook, of course, to your advantage as you're doing this. It helps you move a lot faster, especially when you don't want to get caught up and accidentally kill a Sentinel, or get caught up with them, especially with their Sentinel beams being fucking deadly in this game. Moving on, we're going to keep heading completely forward, and through this big door right here, we're going to get to this other relay. Once we put the weapon in, we're going to have a Cortana Atriox moment. Move into the other door, we're going to have another light bridge to activate, and right across from there will be a door that is unlocked if you did not kill any Sentinels. Moving through this door will finally grant you the final skull in Halo Infinite on the last campaign mission. You're going to head up here to this little platform, and right here will be sitting the bandana skull for you guys to go ahead and pick up. Now, for the next section of these skulls, at this point, this was the last one I got because I actually got the ones on Zeta Halo first. Then I went through and did the campaign ones, which is why I found all of the hidden skulls at this point. And we did unlock the Catacomb achievement, as you guys just saw right there. Moving on to the actual open world skulls. The first one is going to be the Catch Skull, which is going to be at the north part of the map. At this point, this is why I said if you beat the game, you'll be able to use a Wasp, Banshees, stuff like that, and it's a lot easier to go ahead and get these skulls. Once I got all the way over here, there's going to be 2 hunters guarding the Catch Skull. You're going to want to dispatch them or grab the skull and move as fast as possible. What I did was I fought them a little bit, got them cleared away from the skull as much as I possibly could, and then I went for the skull. Keep in mind as well that if you do pick up the skull and you die right after, it does not count. You have to go back and pick up the skull and actually get a checkpoint in order for it to count for you. So, moving on to our next one, we're going to go ahead and use a Banshee to actually get to this skull. Over on the other north side of the map, we're going to go ahead and fly all the way towards the end over here. And right where I put my waypoint right here at the edge of this cliff, we're going to go ahead, drop out, and we're going to move towards over here. Now, I thought it was going to be up here on this platform, but you're going to have to actually use your flying vehicle, whether it's a Wasp or a Banshee, move all the way down here into these little catacomb type things on Zeta Halo, and you're just going to go into this little small cave where you will find the Fog Skull hidden. I got a little bit lost, as you guys could tell right here. I was trying to figure out where the hell it even was, but I couldn't find it for some odd reason. But if you go back to where I placed the waypoint, it's actually fairly obvious to where the hell it even spawns. It's pretty easy to see, pretty simple to find, and we're going to go ahead and head right over here to it. And right here is in this little cave kind of system. You can go ahead and find it very easily. And we're just going to go ahead, fly in there, and inside of it will be a whole bunch of brute armor, dead brutes, and stuff like that. And we're going to go ahead and pick up the fog skull. Moving on to our next Zeta Halo skull, it's going to be right over here at the tower. Now, as you guys can see where I put my waypoint, this tower right over here, we're going to go ahead and fly to. Like I said, 90% of the Zeta Halo skulls, you will have to fly to. It takes a long time to get there, and you do not want to be moving by Warthog, Mongoose, Ghost, any land vehicles. Trust me, the air vehicles just make it 10 times easier. Especially when you have the grapple hook, you can go ahead, grapple onto any Banshees, or use the Wasp. And this is the I would have been your daddy skull. Landing on top of the tower, we're going to go ahead and jump out of our Banshee. And right up here in like this stage looking kind of area, we're going to go ahead and find our I would have been your daddy skull and pick it up. Moving on to our next skull on the west side of the map, all the way at the very bottom on top of this little mountain by this like in ravine. We're going to go ahead and head over there. In between the ravine is where you're going to find the blind skull. I got a little bit lost here as well, but if you go the way I went, you turn around, you're going to find this little like land bridge, as you guys can see right there. Right at the very bottom of this land bridge on the left side is going to be where the skull is, as you guys can see right there. If you use a Wasp, it's a lot easier. I actually jumped off the Banshee, almost got myself killed. I fell off. It was bad. It took me a minute to get back up. But moving over here, go ahead and pick up our next skull. Moving on to the next skull on Zeta Halo, we're going to go ahead and head towards this area of the map. Right over here, it looks almost like a foundry kind of area. It's right by the bridge, and the bridge leads towards the silent auditorium. We're going to go ahead and head all the way over there. Again, using our Banshee that we use for most of these, we're going to go ahead and fly all the way over there, making things 10 times easier for us. I just wish like you could fast travel to like locations, especially if you have Echo 216. Like you could just be like, hey, I want to fast travel here, and he'll come pick you up with a Pelican, drop you off wherever the hell you want to go, instead of making it a little bit harder. So once we get to this little like formation of mountains of Forerunner technology, we're going to go ahead and land our Banshee right over here. And on this little like tip, almost looks kind of like an Empire State Building kind of thing, we're going to go ahead, drop out of our Banshee, and head all the way over here. We're going to climb as much as we possibly can. I accidentally threw a grenade, as you guys can see. And we're going to pull up here. And we're just going to go ahead, sprint, and jump to make it onto this other platform. And boom, just like that, we're going to pull ourselves up. We'll fly up and grab onto this. There will be a whole bunch of dead grunts sitting here, so you know you're going towards the right area. Next, we're just going to catapult ourselves up with our grapple hook again, like we've been doing for multiple of these skulls. And pulling ourselves up, boom, will be our next skull. Go ahead, pick that baby up, and we're going to head back over to our Banshee. This way we can get on to our next skull. Once we get on to our next skull, we'll be able to actually almost complete all 13 of the Halo Infinite hidden skulls. They're fairly simple to find. They just take a lot of time and effort. All the way over here on the right side, in between these two mountains, we're going to go ahead and head towards there. At a waterfall is where we're going to find our next skull. Now this next skull is hidden in between the waterfall. It's not too hard to see. The black eye skull isn't too hidden, but if you don't know what you're looking for, or you don't understand how to find this area, it's going to be a pain in the ass, of course. But we're just going to go ahead and land on top of the waterfall, as you guys can see right here. I'm just going to go ahead, land my Banshee, jump out like normal, and we're going to go ahead and head up to where we gotta go. It's in the middle. directly in the middle of the waterfall, but around the bottom of it towards the middle of the waterfall. There's just going to be a piece of it hanging out for us to go ahead and grab onto. Dropping down, we're just going to go ahead and jump into the waterfall and try to find where that piece was. I actually landed on the wrong rock right there. I'm just going to move down a little more, and I kind of missed it right there. But as soon as I catapulted myself right back up, boom, you can see it right there. The hole is very easy to see, and boom, we're just going to pull ourselves up and try to hit it one more time. And once we hit it, boom, we're going to go ahead and land right on it. Then you're going to crouch, head through, and right inside of this little tunnel is going to be a whole bunch of dead brutes, and our black eye skull is going to be sitting right there on a pedestal for us. And for our final Halo Infinite skull, this one took me the longest, took me 40 minutes to even get, because of the fact that this is one that you can only accomplish by flying. It took me forever. I had to actually go to the other side of the map to even get a Banshee. Over by where you get one of the beacons on this little island that you have to fly to is going to be our next and very last skull of the game. As you guys can see, I was on the opposite side of the map. It took me 40 minutes to find a Banshee to actually be able to fly there. Once you get to this small island, though, you're going to see a wasp and a whole bunch of dead grunts and elites. All you're going to do is go ahead, land there, and you're going to keep pushing through all of these dead bodies. What I did was I went ahead and tried to climb up as much as I could to the top to see if I could find it a little bit easier. I actually ended up falling too far down than I was supposed to, and I pulled myself back up. Now, it's a lot easier if you go ahead and grab the wasp that is sitting there for you. The wasp makes these 10 times easier. A Banshee makes it harder only because of the fact that you can't hover with a Banshee like you can with a wasp, and you can't lower it like you can with a wasp. Jumping into my wasp, we're going to go ahead and pull over here to the right side, and there's going to be this dead gold elite on the end. We're going to go ahead and land our wasp as closely as possible. This way we can jump back in and we don't end up falling off. Jumping out of it, we're going to head over to the dead elite, and inside of his hands will be our famine skull. And that is all 13 of Halo Infinite's hidden skulls in both Zeta Halo's open world and in every campaign mission. So, hope this video helped you guys out. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Hopefully, we'll have some more guides for Halo Infinite, some more gameplay, some more different stuff for Halo. I have a whole bunch of ideas coming up, so be sure to tune back if you guys are fans of Halo. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. And remember to be timeless, and goodbye.